Okay. Welcome to L1H2J8's New. Welcome to L1H2J8's New Year's manga review, episode 25 or 24, one or the other. Anyway, this is published by created by Yamato Tabaso in 2008. It was also published by Square Enix, by the way, in Japan in 2008, and it was released here as of last year by Yen Press. So it's published by Yen Press, and it's rated OT for older teen. Anyway, okay. Terrorizing its populace, Jack the Ripper has shaken London to its very core. But when Sebastian Michaels, singular butler of the Phantom Hive House, lays bare the madman's true identity, all that is left for him to do is eliminate the perpetrator in the name of the Queen and the Phantom Hive. And Phantom Hive. Sorry, I lost words there. But inhumanely efficient skills don't guarantee victory when the opponent is just as supernaturally gifted. And though Sebastian may be able to save Seal from physical harm in the battle that ensues, will the young Earl ever recover from emotional scars it will leave on his heart? Anyway, sorry for the scripts there, but this one here, all I gotta say is rate the artwork 10, story at 10, and if you're a fan of Black Butler, don't miss this volume, especially if you're just starting to collect it, because it has some, some of the, not vital characters, but, the minor characters, but vital to the beginning of the story. And, it actually has some good stuff on Jack the Ripper in here, because, for the fans that know of this, certain characters of the female variety, long story short, it was one of the theories that was used in the original Jack the Ripper case, that some people thought it was a Jill the Ripper. I just thought I might drop that information there for you. And to those who have not seen this yet, I apologize for kind of half-ass spoiling it. But I just thought I'd mention that there's a bit of historical facts in here when it comes to, like I said, the Jack the Ripper story. Anyway, like I said, I recommend it, and hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to read the fourth book as well. Which, by the way, it's another series that I do tend on collecting. Now, here's some ones that I picked up today. I'll start with the first one that I read. Spiral, The Bonds of Reasoning, Volume 1 by... story by Kyoshiro Dara, and art by Ita Mizuno. Anyway, okay, hang on here. Okay, it was first published by Yen Press in 2007 of October, and it was published in Japan in 2000 by Square Enix in Japan. Anyway, it's rated T for teen. I'm going to uncover the mystery of the Blade Children. World-class detective Kiyotaka Narumi's last words prior to his sudden disappearance continue to haunt his younger brother Ayumu. The cheeky 10th grader becomes equally embroiled in the mystery of the doomed Blade Children when he is mistaken for the prime suspect in a murder at his school. Led by Ayumu's sister-in-law, Kiyotaka's wife, and fellow detective Madoka, the investigation into the murder gives Ayumu a chance to clear his name, but in doing so, he's not only uncovering ties to the Blade Children, but also more questions that answers about who and what they are. I cannot believe that I messed that part up. I am so sorry, guys. It's very unprofessional. Anyway, as for the artwork there, like I said, I'm not really into the whole big-eyed stuff, like the really over-dramatized artwork, but this one here, I actually thought it was really interesting, and as soon as when I clear through some of the others there, when I'm finished collecting some of them, I might actually go on to this. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Dead Man in Wonderland, Volume 1, by Jinsei Kataoka and Kazuma Kondo. The artwork actually in this resembles really close to Eureka 7 work, so I'm going to take a wild guess and say that they did work on Eureka 7. Anyway, it's published by Tokyo Pop, and it's rated, OT for older teenagers 16 and up, and the Tokyo Pop age rating, like this is why they rated it that, may include non-sexual full-body nudity, moderate violence, moderate gore, and moderate language, and it's an action. Alright. And hang on here. Hang on. It might not show it, so. Oh, there's also a bit of an extra story at the back here too. Well, not the back, but I mean like right after the Dead Man in Wonderland thing. And okay, it's gotta be in the front. Seriously. Okay, here it is. First, it was printed, first Tokyo Pop printing, February of 2010, which was last year. And the first actual printing in Japan was in 2007, by Kadokawa Shoten Publishing Company. Anyway. The Great Tokyo Earthquake 10 years ago. It destroyed lives as it tore buildings asunder. Among those who lived through the disaster was Ganta Igarashi, now a middle school student, finally getting a footing in his own life. That is, until the day the Red Man appeared at his school and turned his world upside down again. Ganta's entire class is brutally murdered, and although innocent of the crime, Ganta is sentenced to death and sent to the bizarre prison known as Dead Man's Wonderland, or Dead Man Wonderland. There's a brutal game of survival. A brutal game of survival begins, where Ganta must discover the truth behind his classmate's murder. Can Ganta break out of Dead Man Wonderland, or will it break him first? Okay. The artwork, I rated it 10. The story, because, like I said, I just bought this today. It's a big if. Like, I'd have to say maybe a 7 or an 8 out of the starting here. Because, like, it just doesn't really show much at the beginning, and then it goes straight into him being in prison and stuff. Like, sorry if that was a big spoiler, but it's quite obvious when you read the back. Anyway, gonna move on to the last one there, and actually it's one of my favorites. Gankutsuo, the Count of Monte Cristo, Volume 1, by, manga by Mahiro Maeda, scenario by Yura Arawara, planning by Mahiro Maeda and Gonzo. Rating is ages 16 and up, so it's OT on here, and it's published by Del Rey and Kodansha. And I'm just covering all the bases here like I normally do. Alright, where is it? Printed in the United States, first published in Japan in 2005 by Kodansha Limited, and says the English translation of the copyright was done in 2008, but I don't know exactly, like it doesn't tell us when it was brought over to America and Canada. Of course, you guys should, for those of you that know the whole Monte Cristo story there. Christo was actually the Japanese version, well, the Japanese name that they were going to put on the Japanese version. So, it's the right name, just thought I'd let you guys know. Okay. To those who betrayed me, who stole everything from me, I will give death and despair unto death. Your wives and children, your loyal followers will... Sorry guys, I'm going to redo that again because I think I'm losing my voice. Sorry. To those who betrayed me, who stole everything from me, I will give death and despair unto death. Your wives and children, your loyal followers, one by one they will fall to my charm. While vacationing on the moon, Albert, a young Parisian nobleman, meets the Count of Monte Cristo, a fabulous rich aristocrat from the far reaches of the galaxy. Fascinated by the Count's sophistication and intelligence, Albert is unaware of the older man's dark purpose, to enact revenge for a terrible act of betrayal committed against him 25 years ago. Soon all of Paris, including Albert's own mother and father, will feel the terror of the Count's vengeance. Based on the acclaimed anime, this science fiction version of Alexandre Dumas's classic The Count of Monte Cristo is the story of a young man's seduction by evil and a grown man's struggle with the past. Includes special extras after the story. Anyway, I haven't seen the movie itself, but I did watch the anime. One thing that kind of took me away from the actual book here is the artwork. It could have been done better. Okay, I'm going to rate the story a 10, artwork an 8. And that I'm being generous on that. If you want me to be honest, in my own opinion, it should be rated a 5. The anime, though, 10 times better. I've seen at least up to episode 4. It stays true to the series, to the actual movie, but not really. It's got its own little storyline, but to be seriously honest, it's like a twisted version of Dracula. Watch the anime, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, I'm gonna have to end this one, and because this is so late, I was gonna say Happy New Year's at the end, but New Year's is over. Alright? So, anyway, later guys.